is Shawn Chambers versus Francis Sharpe. Both men made it very clear on Twitter last night that they think they would make for the best European champion, and that they're both the worthy winners. Francis getting the offense early on, but Shawn Chambers countering with a kick. Shawn Chambers goes for a punch but misses, but hits with a knee to the gut. Francis counters with another punch to the face, and then followed by another, dragging Shawn Chambers around to the side of the ropes. A lovely slam there from Francis. Shawn Chambers rolls out of the way, but Francis there with another big clothesline. Now, Shawn Chambers did feel clearly very unfairly treated. A big knee to the face from Francis there as he goes, climbs to the second rope. And a huge uppercut. But Shawn Chambers did clearly feel very unfairly treated by having to go against the Man Mountain Max Black last weekend. Even talking about it on Twitter, saying that, you know, if it was someone who wasn't the size of a mountain, he believes that he would have won and choked them out. And both men exchanging blows here. It's about booking their way to that ladder match, but also for pride. Pride to show that each other, or to show to each other, that they can both talk the talk but also walk the walk. As they exchange punches, and both men break. And Francis going for what looked like a military press, but it was countered by Shawn Chambers, who hits a big clothesline on Francis. And Shawn Chambers going for the submission on Francis. Will Francis tap? And Francis breaks the hold. But it still had to do a lot of damage. But Francis kicks. Gets Shawn Chambers back on the ground. And he tries to clothesline Chambers over the top rope. But Chambers moves out of the way. And Shawn Chambers going for that swing to fling Francis across the ring. Francis crawling into the corner. Shawn Chambers running there. Big elbow to the face. Knee to the face. And now it's Shawn Chambers climbing to the top rope. A huge stomp to the stomach of Francis. And he goes for another pinfall. 1, 2. And Francis kicks out at 2. And Francis going for a pin. He gets him in the roll up. 1. And Chambers breaks out at 1. Francis picking Chambers up, throwing him against the ring. And he goes for a spear, but Chambers counters it with a DDT, but Francis gets right back up, dropping Chambers to his knee. And a rolling cutter from Chambers. Chambers just staring down Francis for a second there. And Francis rolling out of the way. Putting Shawn Chambers down to the mat. Telling Shawn Chambers to get up. Gets him on his shoulders. Drops him face first into the top turnbuckle. Now he's choking Shawn Chambers against that. I mean, there were mentions of choking in their Twitter spat. Telling Shawn Chambers to get up. Oh, okay, apparently he could jump over the top rope. Even I didn't know he could do that. And a huge big boot from Sean there. Throws Francis back into the ring. Sean Chambers going to the corner, I guess, to have a little look-see. And he goes for a roll-up. A takedown pin. 1, 2. And Sean Chambers reverses it into another 1, 2. And Francis breaks out of it. Sean Chambers picking Francis up. Big super kick to the face. A kip up from Francis. Reversal from Sean. Knocking Francis down to the ground once again. Chambers looking to finish it here. As he goes for the submission. Will Francis tap? And Francis taps. It does feel like Sean had the upper hand most of that match.